my singing and acting debut in ESYA, the musical. Right. As you can see, you can start now actually. The girl standing on my right is basically, she's one of those makeup artists who had to make me look old because I'm too young for the role. The lady on the left is basically supposed to be my daughter in the musical. All right. Okay, this musical is basically based on a true story from the interior of Sabah. It involves around this young girl called ESYA, all right? And that's how the title came about. She came from a very dysfunctional family. The mother married 3 times, have a stepbrother from the mother's second marriage, and then now has a 3rd stepfather, right? It's just that one of those heated arguments that she had with her mother, she decided to run away from home. She was unhappy, all right? And then she ran away with a man that she just got met up with as introduced by her, what they call this, a good friend, right? So eventually she fell in love, but she thought that she had found love, but unfortunately she was waylaid into prostitution, sadly, right? So my role is basically, I play the role of Pak Do, which is the grandfather role. As like I say, I was too young for the role. So they had to draw wrinkles on me and do all kinds of things to make me look old. All right? Pak Do basically, during his young age, the wife died. So he has to bring up the daughter all by himself. But because he doesn't spend enough time with her, that's how the daughter behaved the way she was. All right? And subsequently, much later in his life, he found God, and because of the values that is instilled in him now, and whatever values he had learned, to undo the wrong, he decided to spend a bit more time with the 2 grandchildren, which is ESYA and Chang, the step brother, hoping with that he can redeem himself, and bring the family back together, So no doubt he was having some success with Chang. But unfortunately for ESYA, she was already too grown up, having too much of a mind of her own. All right, so she was a bit rebellious. All right, okay. But anyhow, 3 of them, they have a very loving so-called relationship. Am I blocking? All right, sorry. Okay. Now, I have to go through 6 months of intensive training and rehearsals and all kinds of practices. So I just show you the slides of some of the things that we do. All right, it happens on every weekend from 2 to 7. All right, and as the date draw closer, we were practicing almost every other day on weekdays as well. I have to go after work from 7:30 until 11. All right, so it's very, very intensive. All right, so I just show you the slides of some of the training we have. That's me in red. Right, we're doing all kinds of funny things, exercise, warm up. The whole idea is bonding. The whole idea is understanding each other on stage. All right. It's not happening. All right. Okay. These are just some of the training we had to do on the spot kind of acting and so forth, impromptu. Sometimes can be quite scary. Right, this is some of the rehearsals that's happening. All right. Now, there are basically 9 scenes in this whole musical, and I was involved in 3 of the scenes. All right. One of the scenes is Act 1, Scene 1, where the whole idea of this scene is to introduce all the so-called family members in the musical. Who is me as Pak Do, there's ESYA, there's Chang. Behind is a good friend, Sanny, and things like that. So the whole idea of Act 1, Scene 1 is to introduce the cast. And I was involved in Act 1, Scene 5. This is where I did the song. I actually sung 2 songs. This is a solo song where ESYA, after the quarrel, left home. That night she didn't come back. Chang came over to the mountain where I was resting and tell me that ESYA didn't come back. So this is where I sang the song. And subsequently, we went looking for her, and this is where the song continues. All right. And there's one more scene. This is a tearjerker. I think I made half of the crowd cries. In we actually have 8 shows. In all the 8 shows, I think every night somebody cried. This is a very sad part because we couldn't locate her for 5 years, and somehow or other, one of the days we heard some news that she was somewhere in the city. So Pak Do came and looked for her. It was raining, all right, and he was tired. He was resting at the bench, but couldn't recognize it was ESYA, all right. So through the conversation, here I sang another song. Through the conversation, halfway through, he discovered that it was her. She realized that it was Pak Do, but she was too ashamed to admit, and Pak Do, being sensitive, didn't want to shame her. And so that was the difficult part. And that was here, all the tearjerkers come in, the words of the song, the dialogue that came in, quite a lot of people cried. Even my wife and my daughter cried. Okay, so that was a tearjerker. All right, but it was my most difficult scene also because I had to prepare myself emotionally to get into the scene, to get into the sad part. I had to literally cry myself in this scene to make it real. All right, so it's not that easy. Right. The song is also difficult because I will sing, and then in between is dialogue. I sing again, then dialogue in between, between her and me. Right. But it was a very interesting scene, and this was the climax of it. All right. Okay, this is the final curtain call. All the cast, 21 of us were there. The one on the right are some of the backstage crew. On the left, we have backup singers. All right, they're all together about 100 over of us involved. And every night is packed full, about 900 people, and we have all together 8 shows. All right, so there's quite a few thousand people have seen it. All right, I just want to show you some other slides for some of the other scenes. All right, this is part of the Act 1, Scene 1. That's Act 1, Act 2, Scene 3. This is where I was looking for ESYA, and that ESYA was with the man that she finally ran off with. And in this, we're actually doing a quartet where they are singing their part, I'm singing my part, but the 2 songs comes together. All right, so the timing and everything was crucial. This is one of the scenes also, just before I met ESYA at the bus stop. Okay, this is at the dumpster. This is one of the scenes where it portrays about prostitutions, about, the idea of the musical is to carry the message about prostitution, right? And what we need to do about it. Right? This is one of the other scenes, Act 2, Scene 1. Right? Okay. It's very elaborate, the stage and lightings and everything. We have professional helps. And the best part is that it was featured in the Age newspaper, and that was me. In Act 1, Scene 1, quite a good write-up about it. It appears on the 21st of December, page 31 if you are interested. I cut it up and I'm going to have it framed up. Okay. All right. Finally, that's all, folks. Yeah, thank you so much.